We help contractors by the hundreds with all of the administrative burdens that surround handling their construction projects. That means helping them with Xactimate estimating, working with them on all the administration of their supplements, and doing the administrative services back office work that enables them to focus on selling, building, and billing.
We see contractors just starting off, maybe they're struggling with the fundamentals of running a construction business. They partner up with us, their process is now defined, they're able to grow their profit margins and actually scale because they're not held back with the burden of dealing with the supplementing process. I feel proud of what we've been able to do in this industry.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Good Monday afternoon, everyone. Lee meteorologist Sean Choquette here for our daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by Merlin Law Group, Balance Claims, and Art of the Supplement, and C3 Group. You can check out their pages in the description below in just a moment if you're watching us here live. So it looks like we're going to have the potential for some severe weather returning this week. We have a chance for some hail late tonight across parts of northern Illinois and into Indiana, northern Indiana as well. And tomorrow looks like we're going to have our best hail risk, and it's going to be weirdly in this Great Lakes region. We're in early April here, and yet most of our activity seems to be happening in the Great Lakes or in the Ohio River Valley, and not so much in the Southern Plains as what we usually see. That is likely going to change, probably coming up here pretty soon, but tomorrow, I think our best hail day of the week is going to be occurring in places like Ohio and Indiana, and even Michigan may have their best shot at some hail. And finally, follow those CDC guidelines, wash your hands. Things are, hopefully some more positive news looks like it might be coming out of this week. The social distancing may actually be starting to have a real impact. So just keep this up, guys, and we can get back to normal life sooner than later. So here's your hail forecast for your Monday. It's a small little area, but there's a lot of people in this section. This is the Chicago metro. We have a low chance for Chicago specifically. I think a lot of the storms are going to try to form to the east, pretty much where our most significant hatched area is, where I think the best chance for some storms. It's going to be late tonight. This isn't going to be something like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, more like 2, 3 in the morning. So it's going to be a late night, again, for a lot of this activity, overnight activity possibly. Fort Wayne's probably a little bit better of a chance. It's downstream a bit from Chicago. I think the problem for Chicago might be some storms might form too far to your east, and then that won't give you any activity in the Chicago area. Here is your city forecast for Fort Wayne. And I think between 2 and 5 in the morning, again, this is going to be a real another late night event, unfortunately. And up to golf ball size hail is your maximum hail size. So if any of these storms can get going good enough, we could see upwards of that golf ball size hail. But more likely, it's going to be closer to that quarter to $half range. You can see that low chance there, and then a little bit lower chance of up to golf ball size hail. And that, again, it has to be the strongest storm, and then also impacting Fort Wayne on top of it. So again, a low end chance, but hey, it's a chance nonetheless, and it's gonna be a nice little I'd say preview for the potential for Tuesday. So here's your wind forecast for today. We have an additional area. Looks like we could see some gusty winds with some storms that happen in eastern sections of North Carolina, and then up north towards Richmond, Virginia. Again, this is a low-end risk. Gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour. Eastern half of North Carolina into Virginia. That's going to be this afternoon. And again, any of the storms up by the Chicago area that happens tonight also has that chance for up to some 60 to 65 mile per hour gusts as well. So there's your future radar here across the Midwest. That's really where I'm going to put the focus, and you can see the storms don't show up till the very end of this run. Like, I mean, this is getting very late. And then you see that storm popping up there again after midnight. Another thing of note that's just kind of started showing up on some of the models, like this one and the run before, and I didn't put it in the forecast. We could see some hail, possibly quarter, $half size hail up in North and South Dakota of all places, potentially over by Fargo. Pretty low end chance here, but I mean, it's been showing up on a couple model runs now, so there's the potential that we could see something happening in that neck of the woods as well. So here's your forecast for tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of little risk levels showing up. A lot of cities at risk here, and the main area I'm highlighting is going to be parts of Michigan, and then a lot of central Ohio into over by Pittsburgh and West Virginia, and down towards the Washington D.C. area. It is a little bit different of a forecast versus what the Storm Prediction Center has. Just kind of what I've been looking at from just the models that have come out today. It looks like things kind of shifted a little further east. I know Storm Prediction Center has stuff by Chicago, and I don't know if there's going to be anything that far west tomorrow, but places like Ohio especially, I have a moderate risk level for Columbus, Ohio, moderate risk level for Pittsburgh, and a moderate risk level for Detroit, which was pretty interesting to see how having the southern half of Detroit has a decent chance of some severe weather. And then we also have another area that kind of extends into the Carolinas a little bit, and then finally one separate area over by Jackson, Mississippi that could have some hail as well. So again, this is a pretty big area at risk for your Tuesday. We'll have more details, of course, tomorrow. And here's that future radar. We're starting in the Midwest again here in the Great Lakes region. And you can see the storms forming in the afternoon, quite a few of them in Ohio. And then at the end of the run here, this is going into your Tuesday evening around 7, 8 o'clock. There is quite a bit of activity across Michigan, which is very interesting to see. That made me raise my eyebrow. We'll see if this continues on the models, and the conditions are quite favorable for some severe weather tomorrow across Michigan. So we'll see if the warm, moist air can make it far enough north, and we can actually see some activity there. And then we see also move to the mid-Atlantic states, quite a bit of supercells across places like Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio. All these areas could see some decent storms tomorrow. Any of these could have upwards of golf ball size hail, and if conditions get more favorable as we lead into tomorrow, possibly even larger than that. And then we also see some storms in the Carolinas as well. So again, this could be one of those sleeper days where leading up to it, there isn't really much talk about it, but then suddenly the day of, a lot of activity happens. So do those hail dances, maybe we can see some East Coast and Great Lakes activity. Could the first 5-star map of the year be not in Texas? So I guess tomorrow we'll find out. And then finally we're looking at the southeast, and there's that chance for a couple storms in Mississippi that show up in the afternoon hours. So we'll see how things pan out. Come back tomorrow and we'll have a full update, and hopefully everything continues the trend up for severe weather. I know we want to have more big storms going on. I know here at Hail Trace we're getting a little antsy. We want to have a 5-star map happen pretty soon here. So this is a look ahead map for your Wednesday. This is probably more of a wind threat than a hail threat across places like Tennessee, Kentucky, parts of Virginia, and even as far west towards St. Louis. This, again, mostly of a wind threat. It looks like it's going to be more of a squall line as some cold air is going to be pushing south for your Wednesday, and that causes some things to be fairly uncertain for Thursday and Friday. There's some conflicting data coming in showing potential for some nice moisture return in the southern plains versus a couple other models are showing not much of anything, and the cold air is a little stronger, or the dry air anyway is a little stronger for the second half of the week. So it's a little uncertain right now, and things will kind of clear themselves out a little bit, I think, as we get a little closer. I wouldn't rule out the potential for some severe weather, especially on Friday. Once things get a little closer, maybe we can kind of pinpoint what's going to actually happen there. And other than that, follow us here on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Hit See First. You know, you guys know the drill to get all of the notifications and all of our content here on Facebook. And I hope we'll do those hail dances. Maybe we'll do some live coverage tomorrow, because that means there'll be some storms going on. So you just tuned in southeastern Kentucky. That would be possible, but I think your better chance is going to be more into West Virginia for that general area. And contact us, give us a call, 855-334-4245, any comments, questions, concerns, or any of that stuff. I'm getting a phone call right now. There you go. So we're here, we're answering phones. All of our phones are at our homes, so don't worry. If you need anything at all, you can get contact with us real easy. If you don't like talking on the phone, you can email us as well at info@hailtrace.com, and visit our website for more details at hailtrace.com. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time, like we do every weekday, and then sometimes on the weekends once things get going. And do those hail dances. Maybe we'll get some big storms tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.